A pleasure to talk to you about this film.
Yeah.
First of all, you have a relatively serious role in an outrageous comedy. Was it a bit disappointing?
You know what? I knew what I was getting into. And actually, I was saying that on the first day, I was really bored and jealous of everyone else getting to make jokes while I had to be super serious and very important. But then I saw the movie back and I thought, actually, it's good for me to go and do something like that. People don't see me in that role traditionally, and it's nice for people to think of me in a different way.
And she does, without spoiling it for the audience, motivate and orient the story in her way. So tell us a bit more about.
Well, I play kind of a Moneypenny from James Bond type character, and I keep Sebastian Graves on track to foil a plot that a terrorist has against the world. So I'm delivering the exposition, but I also get to kind of stay in the mix, so to speak. So not a completely thankless role, but I definitely wouldn't have taken the part without my husband being in the movie.
Well, I mean, I asked Maud the same question, what's your first reaction when you read a script like that? The humor is so outrageous, but very imaginative as well. So what goes through your mind?
I was so involved in this project, for the last 4 years, through every draft, through every, various inception, every joke, every set piece that came and went, every edit, so it's hard for me to kind of step back and remember my very first impression. But, I just I don't get involved really in Sasha's creative stuff at the very early stages because, it's such a personal thing, your instinct as to what you're going to be drawn to, what material you're going to want to explore. And I wouldn't want him to sort of tell me what projects I should do. So it's sort of like we do our own thing.
Are you able to gauge what his main points of inspiration are usually? What does he draw from around him?
I think that you need to ask him that, but I think that what we both find funny is real life. You never really get any interesting characters from movies, obviously. It's just then you're just doing something derivative. You watch documentaries and you see real people and you bump up against interesting, people that can spark something inspirational.
Being very involved in the film yourself, there's so many actors, it's a real ensemble. So how amazing was the process that everybody wanted to take part in it?
Well, it was just really fun to be in Cape Town, with Penelope. She's got children and I have too, so we got to spend time together. And Rebel, of course, is wonderful in the movie. And Annabelle Wallace. Yeah, fellow Aussie. And Mark Strong devastated me in The View from a Bridge. So it was wonderful to see him. And I think it could have been James Bond. I mean, he just pulls this role off effortlessly.
So if we're thinking of a scene where, we're going to a premiere, honey, what are you wearing tonight? And then your husband tells you what he's wearing. What goes through your mind?
I'll tell you what, he didn't tell me what he was wearing. And I was on the red carpet. I'd been all frocked up and made up and my hair's done and I'm being interviewed and out the corner of my eye, I turn and there's my husband in underpants getting fed a sausage from a woman in sort of a swimming costume. I thought, oi, never a dull moment.
But you did have a very glamorous moment at the BAFTA, so that was a memorable evening.
Thank you.
How was the evening and who are you supporting to win an Oscar this year?
You know what? The thing about sort of living in Hollywood on and off is you end up knowing everyone and you become friendly with everyone. So it's super hard to say. I mean, I love Leo, so obviously I hope it's Leo's time for him to get an award, like an Oscar.
And what is next for you?
I have a Tom Ford movie called Nocturnal Animals coming out, and then I have Keeping Up with the Joneses, which is a comedy directed by Greg Mottola.